Alright guys, what's up? If you were here with us last time, thank you so much, do appreciate it. We are going to go ahead and start the fourth part of this series. If you're brand new to it, don't worry, you haven't really missed anything. We're doing blue white control. Of course, we did go ahead and make a couple of changes, so we'll go over those really fast before we jump into some games. So to Fairy, we went ahead and did a 1 copy, dropped Jace the Perfected Mind down to 3. And we also put a couple of Soul Partition in here. So that actually worked out really well against Mono Red. Whenever they went to go target their creature, we would just Soul Partition, send it back to their hand. And then we're trying out Long River's Pull. So far, it's a really cool card. They don't get any advantage if you counter the creature spell, but if you counter anything else, then you promise a gift, and then they get to draw a card before the other effects go into play. And then Urza Silex, I was talking about this on some earlier streams. It actually did really well. Just with these decks that are playing a lot of, playing just comboing on different enchantments and planeswalkers, especially with discard, and Urza Silex definitely pulled through. And I'm thinking about throwing another copy in there. I'm just not really sure yet. So Final Showdown, had a lot of fun with this one, being able to destroy all creatures at instant speed. Especially with the sheer amount of man lands and things like that, or creature land, should I say, that are out there that all the decks are running. Final Showdown has been doing some solid work for us. And Spellgyre is one of the other new cards. I hope I said that right. So we have the option to counter target spell, or we can Surveil 2 and then draw 2 cards. We've used it, and we've used both of those modes for it. And it's just really awesome to have that flexibility. We're still running Silver Scrutiny for our main draw spell. We do have 4 copies of Union of the Third Path. And one other thing that changed is that we have 61 cards instead of 60 at the current moment. I do need to cut one. Don't really want to, so we're going to keep rolling the way that it is. And we're going to jump into some games. So I hope you guys are having a good day so far, wherever you are. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. It's about 2:14. All right, so we're starting off with another 2-land hand against Paviz. Looks like they could be running mono black, potentially. We do have the draw spell, Union of the Third Path, to try to help us out. We are going first. I guess we'll go ahead and take a mulligan. And we'll slide Jace back into the deck. Heartfire Hero, okay. We got Golgari. I like their pet though. I love the geese, it's pretty awesome. Or they are pretty awesome. So, what are we gonna do here? Play a land and pass, right? Because that's what we do. Yeah. Cavern of Souls. That's another reason why playing these counter spells is kind of tough. Okay. Hardfire Hero was, it definitely did some solid work in some of the games we were playing yesterday. Now we got Cheeky House Mouse. Resolve that. Just one for a 2-1. Hardfire Hero is a pretty solid card. I think we're going to go ahead and let them play another card. We'll Union of the Third Path during their end step. Interact with the scenery a little bit. Misclicked. Okay, so Ember Heart Challenger. I don't like it at all. But it gives us plenty of targets for our temporary lockdown. Yep. Okay. So we'll Union. We'll do the plains instead of the tapped land. No, we'll play the tapped land first. That way it leaves us open for Silver Scrutiny. Another Emberheart Challenger. Okay. Maybe they are playing green, so they could potentially have a way to like give it hexproof. We're gonna take it out here. While they're tapped out. Okay. Offspring. For a 2. So they make a copy. Okay. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains your choice of double strike or trample until end of turn. And I'm sure that... I mean, we're down to 8 life. We got to be very careful. I would like to go ahead and draw some cards on this turn. I'm sure that... That's probably not going to be too smart of an idea if we wait. So let's just go ahead and try to get these guys out of the way. Give them the clue token. Play the land. Hopefully they crack the clue. They leave mana open for that. Okay. We'll see what happens on this attack here. I would like to be able to draw some cards and get into something that's going to keep us into the game, but at the same time, they could, I mean, they definitely have the potential just to win here, so we're gonna... Hopefully if we do decide to chump block, then they won't just burn it out. Okay, again with some offspring. And they're gonna go, okay, maybe we'll double strike. Let's see. I'm gonna draw... Maybe draw 2 cards with this one. Let's see if we can get into another removal spell. Okay, cool. Okay, so this +1/+1 Vigilance, Trample, Haste. These guys are given double strike out. I think I really don't want to do this. Might as well get rid of them though. Then we can use the Jace to kind of lock down the Mabel. Okay. If we pay the 4 for the Jace, we also still have 3 that we could pay to activate an Anchorage to be able to block. We'll go ahead and pump the Jace out there.
Kapask, Imasahak. You can be made to obey.
Yep, Fable Passage. Being able to pull those basics out of your deck is pretty awesome. It's pretty important. All right, so Innkeeper's Talent, +1/+1 on target creature you control at the beginning of your combat on your turn, and then giving him Ward 1 after you pay into level 2. All right. They're trying to get their mouse pumped up a little bit here. They found what they needed to do that. And then they're going to put a counter on them as well prior to combat. And then they're going to attack... Oh, they're going to attack Jace? Okay. Who am I to judge? That's another reason why we put the Planeswalkers out there. So, it does have Ward 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. We draw. Be nice to refill our hand. We're not really in a situation to be able to do that and survive. And this thing does have Trample. I think we'll minus... yeah, I think we're gonna -2 and try to find an answer for the Mabel. That obviously wasn't it. We'll draw 3 off of Scrutiny. Or... Let's do 4. Okay. So again, Soul Partition's been doing a lot of really good work for us. As soon as they go to do something like they just did, try to pump their creature up a little bit, and then they'll put the counter on, all these different little things. I'm just kind of trying to see, you know, what kind of spells we're able to pull out of their hand before I play the Soul Partition. Okay, that helps us out a lot. We're gonna go ahead and tap the mouse down here. Give it -3, -0 with Jace's +1 ability. I think we're also gonna just go ahead and keep everything in our hands so that we have enough cards for Union. And here comes Mabel again. Can't be countered due to Cavern of Souls. Resolves. Okay. No? That's great that you found all 3 of your Cavern of Souls. That's pretty awesome. Okay, attacking me for 3. We'll go ahead and gain the life here. Alright, they're gonna sacrifice her last clue. That's good for us. So let's just Sunfall. Okay, and that about did it for him. Okay, cool. Well, guys, if you're just joining in this series, I know I'm titling the videos. I'm titling the videos for the series, you know, the different parts, just so you can kind of see the progress. It's not that you can't just jump in wherever you want to and start watching. You definitely can. So I don't want you to think that if you were joining with me today, that you know, that you or honestly, maybe you feel like that there's just no point, you know, because you haven't watched the other ones yet. But what we're doing is we're trying to climb up to Mythic with blue-white control. And we did, like I said, make a couple of changes on the last video. It didn't, so I had some technical difficulties on part 3 of the series with live streaming. So I had to upload it instead. And if you would like to see that video, it is on YouTube. Alright. So it looks like we have a pretty decent hand here. And they definitely are giving all the signs of mono red, which means they're probably mono green. Gem bites. Nice. The sleeves are pretty cool though. I really do like those. It doesn't really matter what we start off with here. Here we go again with Heartfire Hero. And Soul Partition and Get Lost. Those two are the perfect cards. And along with Temporary Lockdown, I think we're going to be perfectly fine. Alright. Well, we also have the No Witnesses, so if we wanted to lock down into No Witness, I mean, this is working out pretty well for us. Is the reason why Jim bites that he plays mono red? So, I get carried away sometimes, and I don't always pay attention to what screen I have open on OBS, so I do apologize. But we are playing up against mono red. We got the Chandra sleeves. They're probably gonna try to pump one of these. Well, these have prowess, so they'd probably pump this and trigger the prowess on these two. Okay. They did not. We'll just make an adjustment here. Okay, so we have the 3 targets that I like to have for Temporary Lockdown. I think that if it's like a slick shot, and then you also have Swift Spear, then, you know, 2 targets is good enough, right? But I feel like in most situations, I mean, you're really looking for at least at the minimum 3 targets. But again, I'm new to streaming, so if you guys could cut me some slack, I really didn't mean to leave you in the dark at the beginning of this match.
Surrender your mind to Phyrexia's will.
We're gonna plus because they're gonna definitely try to burn him out.
Our plans are beyond your comprehension.
Okay, so we got the Swift Spear. We're gonna go ahead and start pumping them. All right. And they probably have the win in their hand. Okay, so we're down to 1 life. There's not really a point in locking down the Swift Spear. We do have 2 Soul Partition as well as a Get Lost. So we're going to try to draw into a Union of the Third Path, maybe. And we did. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. That was very lucky on our part. But that was kind of that was the move, right? Try to find the third path as quickly as possible, especially against mono red. Okay. Might as well just kill it off here. Luckily, we're not playing against Gruul, where they can give their creature hexproof and indestructible. Okay, that worked out really well. I think we'll plus. We'll plus here. We're not trying to lose the Jace either. So
become subdued.
all right. So does our opponent have another creature in hand? They keep looking at their map tokens. We'll gain some more life. Maybe that'll be enough for them to quit. Yeah. Okay. So we are one game away from getting out of silver. And we're just going to continue to keep climbing and keep playing. Jump right into the next one. So again, if you guys have any suggestions, anything you would like to see, please let me know in the chat. You can also find me on Discord. If my link to Discord doesn't work, you can always just go to Volition Reigns server and find me on there. If you would like to just run down, some ideas, I'm always open to suggestions. Soul Partition, Temporary Lockdown, No Witnesses, Sunfall. Yeah, sure. Alright, so this is very familiar. Boros, looks like old school Boros. Let's do the plains and pass a turn. And then on turn 3, hopefully they don't well, that's exactly the one I was waiting for. I couldn't even think of the name. Emmadane's Recruiter, and pump their whole team. That's exactly what I was hoping wouldn't happen. Good thing we got the Long Rivers Pool. I do play different formats, so a lot of times, I just can't remember what something's called. I can see it in my, I can see it as clear as day, but I just can't always remember the exact name. so many formats to keep track of anymore. Let's just... We can lock down now. We got 3 sweepers, so we're gonna be okay. What's up, Dinosaur? War Leader's Call. Yep. And now we're gonna take a damage. Okay. I think I want to just draw a couple of cards at during their end step. Okay. That's one of the bad things about Soul Partition is that it's non-land permanent. So let's draw a couple of cards now. Good thing we found a union. Okay, they're not wasting any time here. And we don't have an answer for the bivouac over here. Bivouac. If we use the union of the third path, we gain 7 life and go to 12. This thing has a counter on it, then it also gets a +1/+1 counter. You can put a counter on another creature when you attack. But we also, I think, just lose next turn if we don't. Let's union now. Pass a turn. It would be nice to have a demolition field right about now. Okay. Sure. Okay. Warden of the Inner Sky. Yep, this is just old school Boros here. And we're still at 10 life, so I seriously thought that turn was going to go a lot worse than it did. Let's go ahead and sunfall everything. Then they'll probably... Oh, yep, they're going to activate their land. We don't... Get Lost, I think, is probably the only thing we have for that. We'll go down to 5. And hopefully we find an answer for the creature land. Okay, it did not happen. We do have a token we can block with. We could also, well... Yeah, I think we could just activate the token. And maybe we live another turn. They have their own Mirex now. Okay. Why would they pass the turn? They're waiting for me to tap out? Wish granted. Well, we aren't really in this game anyways, so there we go. Now we should be back in it. All right. Right now, it would be nice if I was running like 6 demolition fields in my deck. So, yep. Every time they put in one of their tokens, they're gonna trigger War Leader's Call, so we're gonna have to... We could have gotten the Urza Silex down. I think what we've been doing... I mean, we needed to get back into the game and draw some cards. We hit a Union of the Third Path. Let's see. I think we could discard a couple of lands and just keep the gas. Okay, so a couple more damage. Yeah, I think we're just gonna activate. Okay. So we could play Jace and lock down this one. Soul Partition could take care of the bat.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh will always, you can be made to obey.
Okay, so take the damage again every time they make a token. If it wasn't for War Leader's Call... Okay, another Knight Errant. So whenever a creature you control enters, you take a damage. War Leader's Call is a great card. You always know it's a great card when it's annoying. If it's an annoying card, you know that it's a great card. Okay. That was a pretty good turn for them. I'll give them that. Are they going to play the Pixie over again? Alright. So, Sunfall. I think we're going to have to do that. That's pretty obvious, right? If we had one more land, we could also Silex and just get rid of War Leader's Call as well. Really tough spot to be in. We have to Get Lost to use to take out the Bivouac. So no Witnesses is probably the better call here. I really don't want them to draw a card. And that's the biggest thing, like, no Witnesses. I wanted to put something in for Depopulate. But, I mean, there's plenty of sweepers that we could use that don't give our opponent any type of advantage. And we can only take out one of them, and that's 4 damage. I'm just gonna say good game. So, we could have played that one a little bit differently. We got a pack, so we're going to open a pack. Eh. But, you know, we got to a point to where we had to find the union of the third path. War Leader's Call was doing a really great job in that matchup. We probably should have played the Silex a little bit earlier, and then it was just a little bit too late by the time we actually found a way to deal with their creature land. Opponents going first. We have 3 lands, we have 3 sweepers, we have a counterspell. I think we'll just hold on to this. We have another sweeper. We have a union. And on the sleeves we have a very awesome mouse. So we got a Plains and a Mirex. Is it mono white? Or we got, yeah, it looks like mono white. Okay. Whenever a token enters, you draw a card. Good thing we got the Demolition Field for the Mirex. And we're gonna go search for a island. An island. Okay. Forge is probably about as annoying as it gets. And now we could really use a Silex. I seriously think I'm going to probably put another Silex in here. We need to. Let's see if we can... Could have done that during their end step, but... I can already see that with all the enchantments and artifacts that people have in their deck, I mean, you see a little bit of everything. Being able to destroy everything in play is just huge. And unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of cards that give us that ability to take care of everything that's bothering us. Hopefully they keep drawing cards, and we find a couple of Jaces. I don't think we're gonna live that long. We're gonna try. Wonderful. Okay, I see. It is giving us an excuse to... We'll just let it happen. That is a pretty awesome combo. Creating a token that's a copy of a target token you control. So instead of the forged tokens being sacrificed at the beginning of the next end step, they just copy them. Not bad. We do have the final showdown. So we can always go ahead and sweep at instant speed. I don't want them to start making fish tokens. It's a tough spot, guys. We'll pass. Definitely a lot of value going on with this combo here. Alright. They're also running Biza. I mean, this is a pretty awesome deck. I'll give them that. Like, I really do. I mean, these also are out of temporary lockdown territory by being 3 mana cost. They got the 3 mana cost on the Forge. So just like, I love the combo. and it's out of the reach of temporary lockdown. It's really not bad. Maybe we just go ahead and no witnesses the visa. I could have went ahead and played a lockdown for the tokens, but I mean, at this point, it's not really worth it. Isildur's heir. You know, I've been talking about Urza Silex for so long, and like before I started streaming, like I was playing it in Blue Eye Control, and it did a lot of really solid work against all of the like Super Friends decks that were around at the time, and also our Planeswalker friend that had Hexproof. I could go ahead and draw a couple of cards. We'll just let this happen. They're not really getting any value from it. I mean, I know that there's plenty of situations where they are getting a ton of value. If we could just find a Silex, and I think I was running like 2 or 3 when I first saw the card. I was running 2 or 3 of them. And then over time, I just, you know, I was like, am I making a mistake? Because I was looking at, you know, other builds of Blue Eye Control and trying to get an idea of what other people were doing. I'm not one to just jump on board with everything everybody else does or anything like that. Like, I want to try to, you know, of course there are going to be those staple cards anyways in the format, but I just want to try to be slightly original, you know. But I just felt like, you know, maybe I was making a mistake by having Urza Silex on my deck, because literally nobody was running it, and I was like, well, how is this card bad, you know? Really? I don't want to, well, they might as well draw a card. I mean, they've been drawing cards left and right anyways, right? But I'm definitely going to end up putting another Silex in here. I have to. Alright, how many cards? They're down to 30. Are they going to play another Forge? I'm surprised they haven't activated their Mirex. So I guess we could chump block. Really, you know, if we don't find Silex, we're just done. All right. We could chump block the Biza with the token, hopefully. These games are pretty intense. Yeah, here's the second forge. Okay, we'll go ahead and that's kind of what we were waiting on. Get lost. If only it targeted an artifact, that would be amazing. Lockdown's not doing us any good at the current moment. So maybe Soul Partition on the token was a little bit better.
Follow my light. Ready arms.
Yeah, they're definitely getting a lot of value. I mean, this is solid. This is one of those decks that makes me excited to play Control. Okay, we will Sunfall. And Fountain Port, I definitely need to get one of those or a couple of those into my Control deck. Alright, so now they have the other Forge. And 7 counters on the first one. They're gonna have Trample. If we can get them to draw enough cards. I mean, if we could see a Jace, we'd be doing okay too. Chump block, maybe.
You will shine bright, hero.
So Archangel Elspeth for mana, 6 loyalty. Her +1 ability does put a 1/1 with lifelink into play. -2, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. It becomes an angel in addition to its other types and gains flying. Then -6, that's the big one. Return all non-land permanent cards of mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's the one we're most worried about. So they're going to have 8 counters on this. They have a 3/3 in play. They can also minus Elspeth here. Okay. So the question is, how many cards are we trying to draw? In order for us to actually draw into a Sylex, play the Sylex, and sacrifice it, that means we can't really draw any in order to make that happen. I think firstly, I don't know, we'll just draw a couple of cards anyways. Okay, that did not help us. Good game. Alright, so that was more along the lines of exactly what we're going to be looking at. Like, this right here is, you know, exactly what I needed to see to start making some definitive choices in the deck. Just real quick, we're going to go ahead and add the other Sylex. I'll go ahead and go to the other screen here. Okay. We'll add another Sylex here and then take out no witnesses. Leave this. So 2 Final Showdown, 2 Sunfall. Lockdown does do some pretty solid work against mice. Mono red. With mono red, like Soul Partition was really like the one that was the biggest help. Having the 4 get lost is huge for the creature lands. I really wish we still had Field of Ruin. Anyways, we're going to take out one of these because we put the other Sylex in. If we would have seen like a couple of Jace that game, I mean, we would have had it with the amount of cards that they were drawing. Okay, jumping right into another one. Batfolk Valley. Yep. Bats is a pretty awesome deck. Zorline or Zorline, pretty awesome card. Okay, so this looks okay. We have the 2 blue sources. We are going first. We have the Demolition Field. I think we'll be okay. Get Lost is going to stay on top. Pretty awesome sleeve. Okay, so we have the Lockdown and we have the Get Lost. We'll just pass the turn. Hold up our counter spell. You know the third path. They're probably gonna have another bat. Do I even have to say it? If you have one bat, you have all your bats. If you play 4 bats in your deck, if you have 4 Deep Cavern Bat, you're gonna see all of them. Every game. Okay, so they're gonna take our lockdown. Could have went ahead and countered the bat. Sometimes I just get tired of countering, of playing counter spells on a 1/1 bat. So here's our other white source. We will counter on the next turn. And then we'll get our temporary lockdown going. What's up, buddy? So, are we all in agreement that this username is Cracksaki? Yeah, so with if you're watching and you don't know, Evolve Sleeper, you can pay different levels. So you pay 1, it becomes a 2/2. Pay 2, it becomes a 3/3. Pay 3, use a Phyrexian and gets a +1/+1 counter. Then you draw a card and you lose a life. Pretty solid. All right. Let them attack in here, and then they probably have Liliana or a Preacher, or okay, we'll take it. Let's go ahead and gain a little bit of life. Okay. We do have the 3 steps ahead. We need to get rid of Sleeper, though. He's getting too big for his britches. And that's exactly why I wanted to hold the counter spell open. We could have won another turn.
Even the grandest ideas start small.
I think we could just activate and attack into them. But they probably have a cut down. Yep. It's always the the consensus, right?
Such enticing.
Ashiok is a little intimidating. Phyrexian Arena is going to do some work for them as well. If we get rid of the tokens, we could get him into more of a situation, or more of an realm of being able to attack into him and taking him out. We do have the third path. We'll go another turn. Maybe we could find a get lost. If we find a Silex, we'll be doing really good.
So much drama from which to choose.
Okay. They're gonna get a little bit bigger here. We'll hold off on doing anything until they pass the turn. Okay. They have all their land open. I'm sure they have a whole handful of removal. Kraksaki is doing pretty well at this point. Get rid of the tokens and force them to minus. I think that's... It would be nice if we had another land, so then we could play 3 steps ahead and go ahead and get the draw off of 3 steps ahead. We're at 13 life. We gotta do something with the tokens. And then we could use Geyer to go ahead and draw a couple of cards, Surveil 2 and draw, so we can actually dig a little bit, get a couple of cards that we really need.
Leave no mind unspoiled.
Okay, if an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life. Yep. So we need to draw into an answer, but at the same time, let's go ahead and counter this. Now's the time when we could really use a Sunfall. Whenever it was sword, okay, yep. I would rather just play the Jace and minus them instead of trying to +1 and knock this guy down a little bit. We are going to be taking 7 on the attack. They have 36 cards in their deck right now. Hopefully we can just counter draw off with the 3 steps ahead. So if you would pay life while your library has at least that many cards in it, exile that many cards from the top of your library instead. +1, look at the top 2 cards of your library, exile one of them, and put the other into your hand. -2 is create 2 1/1 Black Nightmare creature tokens with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, if a card was put into exile this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And then -7, target player exiles the top X cards of their library, where X is the total mana value of cards you own in exile. So they're trying to mill us out. with Ashiok, which I was thinking about going to Mir and running Jason Ashiok together. Alright, so before we do anything, we'll just pass through the attack, see what they play, see what they follow up with. Alright. Okay. We'll keep the Get Lost. And there's the Silex. But if we use the Silex, then they're also going to get Bat and Sleeper back. Okay, so we are in a spot. If we pay the 3 and then we pay the 4, they're going to get both of these back, and then they're just going to pump the Sleeper, and we're going to die anyways. But either way, we're dead. We'll hit them with a good game, and move on to the next one. Okay. So I think we're going to go ahead and put the other one in. We're going to go ahead and put the other Silex in here and take the No Witnesses out. We still do have 2 Final Showdown, 2 Sunfall as well. Soul Partition is doing pretty good. Long River's Pool is doing really good. Lockdown is just kind of getting in the way. But it is really good in so many situations. But there are a lot of decks that'll play, like, try to play around temporary lockdown. They'll have, you know, like we saw with the Boros tokens. They're just trying to play around temporary lockdown. Mono red tries to play around a couple, like, the different counter spells with No More Lies, especially. So I think I feel like eventually we're probably going to try to take the temporary lockdown out. If not, I mean, potentially completely. If we were to have, I feel like this is getting more into a realm of having answers for every avenue. Lockdown is good, don't get me wrong. But again, like against Mono Red, Soul Partition was doing a lot better. I think like spot removal is a little bit better against them because they're really just playing a couple of creatures and then targeting them. But for things that go wide, like Lockdown is good. I feel like we would be just as fine with having maybe substituting No Witnesses in for temporary lockdown, or just going like 2 and 2. But we'll see. It's just something that definitely wanted to get the other Silex in at the current moment. If you click enter but change your mind before the turn ends, you can cancel that by quickly pressing enter. Return on Mac, or clicking enter again. In case you were wondering. Oop, sorry about that. Sneaky LeBeak, what happened? Thanks for the free win. I appreciate it. All right. Well, we'll jump into another one. Kylon? One of the two, Kylon or Kylon. Okay, a couple of get lost. Opponent goes first, that's allowing us to draw. We're gonna keep. We found our third land. So, our hopes and dreams are not dashed. They might be dampered, but they're not dashed. We got Hired Claw over here. Whenever you attack with one or more lizards, Hired Claw deals 1 damage to target opponent. Pay 2, put a +1/+1 counter on Hired Claw. Then we also have Iridescent Vine Lasher with Offspring. Landfall, whenever land enters, this creature deals 1 damage to its opponent. So it would be, this is the situation where temporary lockdown comes in handy. We're going to pass a turn. The blue dragon's pretty cool, but again, like, the black one's my favorite. Okay, so Fireglass Mentor. At the beginning of your second main phase, if an opponent lost life this turn, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them until an turn you may play that card. And of course, like, as soon as I down talk, you know, and talk trash about temporary lockdown, here we are in a situation where it's needed. Okay. We'll take a damage. All right. Should we? I think we take out the Fireglass Mentor. And then want to gain some life. It'd be nice to get the other blue source on the battlefield so that we can play this. But I do want to play Union of the Third Path. They do have a non-basic land. Let's just do this. So, 1 damage from the landfall. What you gonna pick, Thought Stalker, Warlock, Kylon? Okay. So attacking for 4, or attacking with 4. Hopefully I'm not attacking for 4. Whenever you attack with one or more lizards, higher claw deals 1 damage to target opponent. We're gonna union. Okay, so a sweeper would have been nice. I guess we could, let's see, we don't have the 2 blue, but it would be nice to cause a distraction. But if we get a 9 and they attack for 6, I mean, they would probably just attack straight in either way. But I think we're pretty much like, we haven't seen a sweeper spell yet.
Emotions are distractions. Focus on the facts. No secret escapes my grasp.
So now they just need 1 more point of damage, and yeah, that's all she wrote. Okay. So I was just talking trash on temporary lockdown, and then we get into a situation to where we really needed one. But honestly, it's just, there's so many situations where temporary lockdown only gets you so far, and now look at that. We have it in hand. Opponent goes first. We're able to draw. We do have a way to draw a card. I guess we'll see if we can draw into a blue source over the next couple of turns here. Alright. Oh, we got a 3 color. At first I was like, oh, a Simic deck? I haven't seen Simic in a little bit. Okay, so Heaped Harvest. When it enters and when you sacrifice it, you may search your library for a basic land card, put on the battlefield, tapped and shuffle. Then you can sacrifice it and gain 3 life. Okay. So I guess we will discard the Soul Partition and cross our fingers that we draw into a land this coming turn. And this is the reason why you should never keep a 2-land hand, even if you are going second. Isn't that right, Kurth Rasmus? But we thought we could pull it off. Okay, well, they're extremely ahead of us on land count. Herd migration up the beanstalk. Okay. So, Of the Beanstalk is a staple card for green. Basically, whenever you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater, you get to draw a card. Archangel of Wrath. Yep. Let's do this. Okay. We want probably the other blue source down. And we could just go ahead and play Get Lost. Since they were completely tapped out, and now they're getting a bunch of value over there with Of the Beanstalk. We do... Oh, okay. And we could play Temporary Lockdown and go ahead and take Of the Beanstalk out.
I will shatter your...
What did we lose? Teferi is in the graveyard. Still have all of my Jaces. His Jace is down to 1. Could just go ahead and attack into him right now. We'll play the Mirex. They have 1 mana available. Let's do that. Hopefully they don't have anything that could take it out. Okay. And then
Noise.
might as well go ahead and put the counter on, or try to get a counter on. Alright, so Herd Migration, with all these tokens being in play, as well as getting the value on Of the Beanstalk, we're going to go ahead and play Temporary Lockdown. Put another Anchorage into play. Well, his pet owl seemed to like that a lot. Or hers. Kurth Rasmus. What do we want to do with Archangel? Do we want to just... I mean, they're playing Jace as well, and who knows if that's the only Planeswalker they've got. But we can't just let Archangel sit there either. Okay. They didn't do anything that turn, which is kind of weird. I mean, I think we do want to keep this on top, especially with them. It seems like, you know, we could get into a counter war with our opponent. Okay. So they want their card advantage back, obviously. I mean, we do have the other temporary lockdown, but we could just as easily counter. I think we're just going to do that. Just go ahead and play the counter target spell ability of 3 steps. Okay. Sure. And then if we soul partition, sure, just go ahead, buddy. He's pretty desperate for it. He's desperate to get his card situation going. Okay. So we lock down again. And then, because they're just getting too much value off of Up the Beanstalk. Of course, like, we want them to continue to draw cards, but for Jace, for the win condition. Here we go again. So it doesn't seem like they're running counter spells. It's good news for us. I don't know what they're holding on to. They do have 1 black mana source. I guess just because we're running Leyline Binding. They're at 32 life, so even, I don't know about. We could just go. We're gonna pass a turn and try to draw a couple of cards. Okay, so we definitely want to counter this. So we'll just use the 3 steps ahead to draw a couple of cards instead. And that's an easy choice. Get rid of a land. Okay. This makes me feel a little bit better. We do have the Silver Scrutiny. Yet another Atraxa. So Atraxa, Grand Uniter, Flying Vigilance, Death Touch, Lifelink. When Atraxa Grand Unifier enters, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each card type, you may put a card of that type from among the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So, not only all that, but it's also a 7/7. Counter target spell. Unfortunately. Okay, so we play the Silver Scrutiny, I guess. I think we're gonna want to do it now. So we're gonna discard the Seachrome Coast as well as Waste. And we have another Silver Scrutiny. We have a counter spell. I mean, we're looking okay. They have 29 cards in their deck right now. And we have 18. Here comes another Jace. We're going to have to go ahead and counter this. Okay, well, they had us, you know, I mean, in a pretty terrible situation there, to be honest. And they had us to the point, I mean, we had 18 cards left. They had 27. And, you know, they hadn't even seen a Jace or anything from us yet. They didn't even know what if we were even running Jace during that game. They saw the Teferi. I'm just surprised that they quit. Of course, like, that's been happening and it's been surprising me over and over again. To show only mythic rare, well, we couldn't read that one. We tried. I love the username, the combusting pig. Okay, so this is terrible. Mulligan. This is slightly better. I would love to be able to keep Union, Sunfall, and the counter spell. So I think that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. And maybe we put Waste on the bottom. Okay, so Valley Might Caller. It is a rare. Whenever another frog, rabbit, raccoon, or squirrel you control enters, you put a +1/+1 counter on Valley Might Caller. Okay. We're gonna have to counter this. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and counter it. That's interesting. We have the Silex. I think we're going to go ahead and get it into play. Alright, so now we could either activate the Silex or we could go ahead and lock down. I think I'm going to just go ahead and lock down and hold on to the Silex for intimidation purposes. Not that it's very intimidating. I mean, you know, I just know how I would feel on the other side of it if I saw Silex in play and, you know, maybe I didn't have anything that I could do with it. Didn't have anything in my deck that could you know, destroy it, take care of it. Alright, so a couple of Union, that's pretty nice. So we could go ahead and pass the turn, Union, try to find our 5th land, let them build up the board state, and Sunfall. Let's try that. Alright, so let's go ahead and do Union of the 3rd path now. I really wasn't expecting Knight Errant. I thought they were just going to go ahead and attack in. I mean, it just seems like a waste of a turn. I mean, yeah, they got Paul Patch Recruit, so they're going to be able to build their board state back up. Or we could, like, Silex, and they would get their Valley Might Caller back to be able to attack next turn and get a couple of creatures in, so they would be able to attack for like 4, probably 4 or 5. I think let's just go ahead and activate. Yeah, so attack for 4, and then we'll go ahead and Sunfall. Yep. I mean, their board state just, it doesn't stay empty for very long, if at all. Alright, let's pass turn. We could activate our token. I think we just, well, we can't counter this. Okay, so they're going really wide here. We have this attacking creatures you control get +1/+1. I think that we're probably gonna have to take both of these guys out. This is so yeah, of course, but with playing Get Lost, like they got all the value off of that. All right. So Urza Silex was pretty awesome to see, being able to play it on, you know, turn 3, activating on turn 4. So we should have waited on sweeping the board. I think we just swept just one turn too early. So we're going to jump into another game. We'll keep it. Sorry, Fitz's pet just kind of distracted me. That's a pretty angry bear unicorn dog. Alright, so it looks like the sleeves are giving us, I don't know what kind of vibes. Maybe Rakdos? Well, could just go ahead and play the counter. We really need something to that's the adventure. Whoops. Alright, so here's the Silex again. It's pretty awesome. That might mean that they don't play as many creatures if we were to play it and put it in onto the battlefield. But we're gonna do it anyways. So Hardfire Hero is doing some work here. Let's go ahead and... I really would like to... Well, we could just Soul Partition whenever they go to target it again. Alright. Actually, let's just pass here and see if they play another spell. Alright. Alright, Fitz, you gonna recast him? Okay. Emberheart? Sure. Okay. An untapped land would have been really nice. We could still draw a couple of cards off of 3 steps ahead. If we could just get in, I mean, at this point, spot removal seems like it is probably the go-to. Of course, like I said, like playing the Silex is going to make him hesitant to play any more creatures, but I kind of wanted that to happen anyways because we need to stall. Okay, let's draw a couple of cards. Okay, so now we could I guess we could activate, but I'm just wondering, like, we probably do have more hasty creatures over there. We are down to 7. Let's go ahead and activate. Okay, Jace, perhaps?
For the sake of Phyrexia, I will keep watch. Organic minds are easily cracked.
We're really trying here, guys. It's always, this matchup is always a little bit weird. Okay, hopefully. Alright, so if they pump it and they have the double strike. Yep. Okay. So blue-white control, I mean, we're struggling a little bit now. Permission-based control. Still kind of like testing out the waters and seeing what kind of definitive moves, definitive answers we need to Bobby Chicken. Seeing what kind of moves we need to make to rank up into Mythic. That is our plan, that is our goal for the season. We've been ranking up in Mythic with blue-white control, but since the recent rotation, I've been wondering, you know, just like the title says, you know, how bad is it? How bad off are we post-rotation? And so we're just kind of checking it out and seeing what happens. Honestly, I feel like what do we got over here? He's not giving anything away. Of course, like, you know, just because they have red sleeves doesn't mean they're running red, right? But you'd be surprised how many people actually, like, theme their deck according to their color. Okay, so exiling card. I guess Final Showdown it has to be. Okay. Another bat. So we're going to be seeing a lot of discard. Celestia, Rakdos, Mono Red, Gruul, Aggro, Black discard. Okay, we'll pass the turn here. And Shieldred. Okay, so next turn we can go ahead and Sunfall unless they're probably... I mean, we have enough land to discard if they play the Ruthless Negotiation. We could play a land, play a Jace, and try to mitigate a little bit of damage.
I've already read your thoughts. You can be made to obey.
Okay, so we're not in a very good realm here, but we are going to go with Demolition Field and Sunfall. And hopefully, I mean, they're probably going to play Liliana since we're tapped out. Okay. Preacher is gonna have to go as well. Should have went ahead and activated and attacked. Of course, Alcatraz. And he has lifelink as well. Another Shieldred. Okay, there's Liliana. Oh, okay. They tossed her. Alright guys, well, we might just have to go back to the drawing board a little bit. So this is what I'm talking about, like in the earlier streams, I was just saying that it would be really nice to have a little more sweepers. Like I was wanting to run like 8 of them, kind of joking around a little bit, but not at the same time. Go back in and look at the deck again one last time, but we are going to go ahead and get into a couple. We should have at least time for one more. So I mean, lockdown is really good. I still feel like we need more, because if we would have drawn lockdown in that situation, I mean, obviously it wouldn't have done us any favors at all. But again, there are so many situations where I feel like it's necessary. A lot of decks now too are running enchantment removal, especially like if you're Celestia, like Rabbit's aggro. We'll go ahead and drop this down a couple. Maybe we could just like split the difference. Or maybe go 3 and try something small for now. So now we've got the 3 Sunfall and the 2 Final Showdown. We still have 3 Temporary Lockdown. We got 3 Silex as well. So we're looking at 11 sweepers. We're gonna run with it. Okay, maybe nobody wants to play. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we definitely need some earlier interaction. Nightfish, Teferi. Who knows what they're running? I don't know, maybe. We'll keep it. Oh no, they don't have a pet. That's gonna be very distracting for me. Okay, we see the mountain, so we're gonna hope that we draw into some removal. Okay. Teferi is just gonna stare at me very intensely. Come on, Nightfish. Did you not draw another land? You're just gonna let it time out on me, buddy? I mean, this isn't even one of those maps where you have a lot to interact with. We're just gonna have to sit here bored for the time. Who else could go for a Philly cheesesteak? Alright, so Emberheart Challenger. Do we want to leave up mana? I think we want the Meticulous Archive. We might... we don't want this. Okay. Mono red is just so fast. But that's the thing, like, do we want 4 temporary lockdown in our deck just because we're that afraid of mono red? And I've been saying yes for a long time. But it just gets old, man.
The weak-minded will be educated in Phyrexia's organic minds are easily quelled.
Okay, opponent, like, you have mono red, you have 2 Emberheart challengers in play with prowess. I'm sure you have spells in hand to go ahead and end this game very quickly. There you go. So that's the thing, like, we could go ahead and do the same thing, right? We could go ahead and make mono red and we could rank up faster than what we are, but to me, that's just a cheap way to do it. We are not going to end on a bad note. We are actually going to play another game. So one thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to knock Sunfall back down to 2, and we are going to knock... I think we'll keep Lockdown at 3. We'll knock Silex to 2, and then we will go ahead and put our No Witnesses back into play, or back into the deck here. Alright, let's jump into another one. Product 342. I like it. Alright. We have a Silex, we have a counter spell, so we have some kind of early interaction. We'll keep it. Pet Rock. So this is probably Dimir Fairies. Could potentially not be Dimir Fairies. Okay. So we could put the Jace out there, and or we could Silex, which honestly we could just sweep next turn. I think we'll just hold up the counter spell for now. All right. Liliana, Preacher, Bat. Okay, we'll just counter it. Okay, we could just go ahead and take the Jace and +1.
Phyrexia showed me the truth.
Maybe they activate the Mishra's Foundry.
You can
Next
be
turn,
made.
we'll go ahead and get the Demolition Field out and try to take care of that. Okay, they move straight into attacks.
Predictable and uninteresting.
We could go ahead and sweep. There's not really too much of a point at the current moment. We don't really have a way to protect Jace either. We could try to get away with another turn.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
But I feel like it would have probably been better just to go ahead and -5 and mill them the 15 cards. So they're activating the Mishra. We'll go ahead and take care of it. All right. Getting hit with 1 again. Getting some pretty good value off the Bronco.
How
They'll,
foolish.
I'm assuming they'll go ahead and play Gix here. We already see that they have it in hand. Okay. Well, we called that one too earlier. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Become subdued.
I'm just really surprised that Jace is still on the field. I'm always surprised that Jace is still on the field, but it just seems like they're playing nothing but lands and creatures in this deck. I mean, they get so much value off of the Broncos, and I think it's whenever it's just whenever they attack. We could go ahead and show down now. I just don't want them to draw the cards. Then we could follow it up with Silex after. I mean, they're getting Gix, of course, is really good. Here comes Liliana. Okay.
A fight? And you think you can?
We'll just get rid of the Silver Scrutiny because we do have the Silex. We could go ahead and just ultimate Jace and then play the Silex. So I think what we're gonna lock down the Preacher. We'll pass the turn.
Become subdued.
Whenever they go to plus Liliana, we'll go ahead and draw our cards.
Drop it.
We'll get rid of the lockdown. See if they put another creature in play. Here we go. We draw a card. I'm surprised they haven't played the Gix yet, but whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1 life if they do draw a card. And then he does have a pretty awesome, so 7, discard X cards, exile the top X card of the target opponent's library. He may play lands and cast spells from among cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. I do have a mono black build.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch. I'm tired of your secrets.
Let's get rid of Union. So I also have a mono black build that's very similar to the deck I'm playing against now. I run Aquazats and Shieldred, Gix. I do have Liliana in there. Tons of removal. We could attack into Liliana.
You picked a fight with the wrong necromancer.
Our plans are beyond your comprehension.
I mean, we could keep the land in hand in order to have something to discard. I think we'll just do that. I'm always getting too greedy in all these plays anymore.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Alright. Island. Okay, so they have the Mirex. That's always worrisome. If only this was an untapped land. Let's see. We'll go ahead and plus Jace. They have like 36 cards in their deck right now. If we could actually mill them out here very soon. We do have the counter spell in case we try to kill Jace or... Well, they hit him for 2. Hopefully they just hit me. But I'm sure Jace is very distracting being at 10 counters.
Drop it.
Okay. Could activate the Anchorage, but their mana's wide open, and I mean, they're mono black. I'm sure they've got the removal. Let's go ahead and let that resolve.
You hesitate to accept the truth.
Okay. We want to hold on to 3 steps ahead. We will play Union. And we got the demolition field. Okay. That's interesting. So demolition field, get rid of the Mirex. And honestly, let's just go ahead and play the Get Lost.
Knew this was a waste of time.
All right. Attacking Jace for... But they're going to pump them. Probably pump their tokens and then attack into them. Would have been a smart idea to go ahead and just have ultimate or have minus... Did the -7. And play the Silex earlier. Another land, another land. There we go. Just attack me. Why not, right? Just attack me.
What curious behavior.
Alright. We got so many creatures in play now. We could just go ahead and they just have so many tokens. Let's go ahead and get at least part of the Jace here. We got a little bit too greedy.
Is the sensible action. I pull one thread.
So they're down to 15. That would be one Jace. Then they could hit us with 7 next turn. I kind of want to hold the counter spell. And then next turn we could go ahead and play the sacrifice the Silex and grab another Jace and finish the game out. They have plenty of, okay, they got 2 Lilianas in their graveyard. We're playing all 4 copies of Caustic Bronco. Alright. So let's do one more. I mean, it's nice to end it on a win, but it'd be nice to end it on 2 wins. That's me being greedy again. When cards are stacked together on the battlefield, you can click on the quantity number to select all of them while attacking and blocking. BK knock? Or just B knock? BK knock? We got some early interaction with Long River's Pool, Get Lost. Exile a card. I guess Union will have to go. Discard a non-land card. I guess Long River's Pool will have to go. Another one. Let's go ahead and counter it. Alright, Mirex, pass. And I guess we're gonna go ahead and counter. It's kind of counterproductive, I mean, honestly, but if we let these things keep stacking, though, and I would have, I mean, I could just go ahead and let it resolve and discard the Union. But then they also get so much value off of that. Let's just go ahead and counter it. Okay, so Union is gone again. Go ahead and get rid of the Mirex. We'll grab a white source and hold up Get Lost. So, because they're going to play Liliana, right? Okay, Preacher. Final Showdown. I think that, I mean, Preacher is pretty good value. I think we're going to have to let him sit on the field, though. Because as it is, we don't have anything for Liliana coming into play. So intense. All these games are just so intense. Okay. I don't want him to keep getting value off of the Preacher. Let's just pass. Okay. So it would be really nice to be able to get some, you know, a draw spell to get some of these cards back in hand. Here we go again. So we want to hold on to Get Lost for Liliana. We definitely want to hold on to one of our sweepers. We could get rid of Final Showdown, but at the same time, they're drawing so many cards. I don't want them to, you know, to get the gain off of this. It would just be cheaper to cast. I think we're gonna go ahead and get rid of Showdown. Okay. The thing is well, let's do the no witnesses now. Makes a pretty decent beach ball noise. So, of course, they picked the most opportune time to play Liliana. And they have a Mirex. Get rid of this.
I know when I'm not wanted.
All right. Mono black is it's a beast. What can I say? I mean, it really is. All right, we're gonna go ahead and concede this one. And then, like I said, you know, we're going to keep going back to the drawing board. Let's try to... It's almost 5 o'clock here. So this is going to be... I'm going to wrap it up after this game. Been streaming now for almost 3 hours. If you've stuck with me the whole time, I do appreciate you sticking around to watch me lose a little bit today. We're still, you know, figuring it out, though. And we are not getting discouraged. We're not going to throw in the towel. We're not going to become sellouts. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. Alright, so that's a pretty cool art from Mosswood Dread Knight. I like it. They already have the Restless Cottage in play. I think I want to do Archive. Alright, so let's go ahead and lock down. They'll kill it off? Okay. We could always, another cool thing about Soul Partition is that we could always like cast it on our temporary lockdown and then recast the lockdown the following turn. We'll go to get a Jace out here on the board.
Surrender your mind to Phyrexia's will.
And then they'll probably end up activating their
Easily quelled.
cottage if they have the other land. Okay. Would be nice if we could use Get Lost on the cottage. So I think we could Soul Partition the green shell. Okay, so it's 5 for a 4/6 with reach as long as you control 10 or more lands. Creatures you control get +2/+2. Whenever a green shell or another creature you control with toughness greater than its power enters, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it on the battlefield tapped, otherwise put it into your hand. It does have reach. Not a bad card. So hopefully they activate their cottage to go along with this. Yeah, Soul Partition. Okay. Then they play the land. Yep. Okay. A lot of fun stuff happened in that turn. $46. All right. Play the waste. Silex.
Organic minds are easy.
So we're holding up Get Lost in case they activate their Restless Cottage. I'm hoping that they just go ahead and attack into me, but they're probably going to attack Jace since I'm at 15. They should activate their cottage here. Well, they can't now, so I guess we're going to have to go with the Foundry. Or I'm sorry, yeah, they can. What am I talking about? Which is good news for us. That's what we've been waiting for. Sure.
Predictable and uninteresting.
Okay. So, we'll go ahead and, if they attack, maybe they attack for 9, and then they play a land and we take 2 more damage. It's awfully risky. I would rather just do this.
Surrender every last thought to Phyrexia.
So we could play another Jace and tap down a Dread Knight, or we could go ahead and activate the Sylex.
Kapask. Imasahak.
It was definitely the better idea to go ahead and sacrifice the Sylex.
A minor setback to Phyrexia's plan.
Sometimes I just don't know where my mind goes. And I'm having an off day today. I do apologize for just the kind of somber mood that I'm in today. Let's go ahead and activate this. So we'll grab Teferi. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Alright, so what you doing now? You got another green shell, you got the Dread Knight in hand, you have the Mishra that you could activate. Okay, so if we had an untapped land, we could go ahead and play another Sylex. I think the fact that we didn't play the Sylex first, then we could have been in a situation where we could have played a couple of Jaces and finished the game out. So maybe, and of course, like next turn, if they do activate the Mishra's Foundry, then they're going to be able to attack for 5. At least we could lock down 1. That was kind of like our, I wouldn't say like our only hope, but I knew like going into the turn that I was gonna activate the Silex, destroy everything. Oh, go ahead and minus Jace, and then activate the Silex, destroy everything, and then play another one.
You outwitted me. Impossible.
Okay. This is tough. They're gonna activate Mishra and kill off. I could potentially try to block with the Anchorage. Let's play a Teferi. Get a body here.
I'm ready to win. Who's that handsome devil?
Lock down one of these guys.
Become subdued.
Yep. Got another creature land over there. So attacking Teferi for 3. Attacking Jace for 2. Got 24 cards in our deck. We could scoop Jace back up. The Soul Partition.
None of this calculates.
Truth still eludes me.
So we're gonna have to play the Silex. It doesn't, it's gonna hurt on the swing back. Let's just go ahead and activate the Silex. It does make us choose the 6 lands and destroy all of their permanents. If it wasn't for... Well, okay, they just play the Dread Knight. I don't really understand why they only play the Dread Knight. We do have the Demolition Field. And we do have the Anchorage. Play Jace.
Kapask. Imasahak. Our plans are beyond your control.
Alright, so if they go to activate the Cottage, we'll just activate our Demolition Field. It would have been nice, Silver Scrutiny, it would have been nice to have been able to leave at least another land open. Alright. CJ Vander is doing a pretty good job with his Golgari deck here. Alright, so they are going to activate it. We're going to activate Demolition Field. Yep. They had enough to activate both of them.
What curious behavior.
So now we can use the Get Lost on the Foundry. We'll go ahead and lock down the Dread Knight.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
Bat. Okay. So we drew a bunch of lands. So now we're probably going to have to get lost the bat. We were going to lose Get Lost either way, and now they don't get any value out of it. And they see a bunch of land, I'm fine with that.
You can easily be solved for.
And another Dread Knight. Okay. So they have 17. And all we have are lands.
The data requires scrutiny.
So, what if we just go ahead and no witnesses, play the Demolition Field, get rid of the Foundry? Okay, a big green shell. And drew into a bunch of land again. We have one Anchorage. Might as well make it 2. We have to plus Jace here. And they have enough to take him out, but like I said, we do have the one blocker. Hopefully we can get Jace to survive just long enough. Of course, they probably do have the removal for the Anchorage, but I mean, we're gonna try to block, but it's probably not gonna work out. They've got 10 cards left in their deck. And they're gonna give something a +1/+1. They also have the map tokens. So either way, it doesn't matter now. Unless they just decide to attack me because I'm at 7 health. Okay, They're just gonna go ahead and attack me. So close. I could at least block 2. Alright. Play a land. Now we have 2 bodies able to block. If they activate the anchorage, so let's see. All we need is for Jace to survive another turn after we plus. We could still activate and block. Okay, moment of truth right here.
Minds are easily quelled.
Are we gonna end this stream on a good note? It all comes down to this. Alright guys, that was the most intense, most epic game. That was insane.
Your hopes and dreams.
I gotta tell him good game. Well, okay. I mean, that was epic. That was epic. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I pulled that out. They weren't thinking about the fact that I counted. I'm always counting, like, and keeping track of everything, and I guess they just forgot that, you know, after I activated the anchorage, I could have used the rest of my lands to activate my token if they were to target and try to kill off the anchorage. So anyways, that was wow, that was amazing. That was a great game. So anyways, that about wraps it up though. I do appreciate, you know, anybody that stuck around with me this long. That's awesome. I appreciate the support. And yeah, we're going to keep on with the same series. I'll probably end up making a few different changes, maybe doing some play testing a little bit before the next stream, and which will be happening on Tuesday. Again, I don't have a set schedule in place, but you know, if you keep up with me, either follow or subscribe, you know, then you'll know when I go live. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. We did have a few epic games. We had some tough ones, you know, today. But overall, really enjoyed myself. Always do. Magic is a lot of fun, and I appreciate it so much. Hope you guys have a good day.